What's up? Paul here from Guitar World, and today we're going to be checking out overdrives. Not the apex of overdrives, mind you, like I've done before in a previous video, but what I consider the ultimate TS808 overdrive, the Ibanez TS808 Tamura-MOD Tube Screamer. Let's check it out. So yes, the brand new Ibanez TS808 Tamura-MOD Tube Screamer is essentially a TS808 tube screamer modded by the engineer who invented it, Susumu Tamura. So a quick history lesson. Looking to develop a competitive overdrive that could go head-to-head with the popular Boss OD1, Mr. Tamura inadvertently created the Ibanez TS808 Tube Screamer, undeniably the most copied, cloned, and modified guitar effect of all time. Of course, it's known for its incredible organic warmth, tube-like response. The 808 quickly became the go-to amp pushing pedal for countless guitarists all over, most notably Stevie Ray Vaughan, probably its most famous user, and the guy who pretty much put that pedal on the map. Now, the Tamura-MOD TS808 is the culmination of a 3-year quest by Mr. Tamura to replicate the best-sounding tube screamer of all time. Once again, he analyzed hundreds of 808 variants and determined that the best-sounding units all featured a specific brand of IC, or integrated circuit, and that these ICs were also from a specific production period, which Mr. Tamura has incorporated into his TS808 mod. The Tamura-MOD TS808 features specific component substitutions to better match the pedal to its original vintage spec. For example, key resistor and capacitor changes have been made to fine-tune its tone, and NOS Toshiba silicone diodes have been installed in the clipping section for exceptional warmth and clarity of crunch. Incidentally, these same diodes were used in certain production runs of vintage TS808s. On the pedal itself, you'll notice some key changes. The Tamura-MOD replaces the fussy chiclet switch with a high-quality mechanical plunger-type foot switch, and the mod is topped off with the installation of an ultra-bright blue-white LED. Even the die-cast zinc chassis has been modded with a different electrostatic and electromagnetic qualities than the die-cast aluminum commonly used in pedals, resulting in better performance and lower noise. Finally, each of the Tamura-MOD TS808 is hand-signed by Mr. Tamura. I will save you the product speak for this overdrive, like even in odd order harmonics, but let's just say this pedal really does imitate the pre and power sections of a tube amp with remarkable accuracy for an overdrive. I have here the Tamura-MOD TS808 and a stock TS808 tube screamer, so you can hear the different nuances between the two. I'll be using this Strat with humbucking pickups, and I also have the option to split the coil so you get more of that Strat single coil sound, so you can hear that as well. Now, if I engage the tube screamer, the Tamura-MOD tube screamer, you can see I have my level cranked all the way. I have the overdrive barely at around 8 o'clock, just a light touch of drive, usually what a lot of players use. And I pulled the tone down over here as well, so it kind of matches the tone coming from the amp. So here's the tone from the amp, unaffected. And here's the Tamura-MOD. Very close. So right off the bat, you can hear just how full and round this mod sounds. It's just beautiful. It almost sounds natural like the amp, like compared to it. And then just take a quick listen here to the stock tube screamer, and you'll hear a noticeable difference. Like it's a little more immediate, a little more not as warm, but take a listen. Bit of a sharper attack And then here. So as you heard, that one just a little bit more, less fullness, less compression. It's more immediate, a little sharper. And the TAMURA-MOD just has a real roundness, beautiful compression, a lot of just great harmonics, and that's just done. Now let's slowly increase the overdrive on both these pedals so you get to hear the very nuanced tone of that, even and odd order harmonics. So here we go. Then I'm just going to do the same here. So as you heard the difference between the two, this is just as a more, again, real great note-to-note clarity. This has more of a pointed mid, so it's a real sharp attack. And you also hear a little bit more of that clean signal bleeding through, compared to like now they're set at about the same. I'll also increase the tone. You'll get to hear that as well. But here, listen. And here, once again, just to hear the difference between them, as I said before, you can really hear the fullness, the roundness, the warmth, just in the TAMURA-MOD here. It just sounds fantastic. And of course, not to take away from the stock tube screamer, it sounds great as well. It just has more of an immediate attack. It's very sharp, and the mids are really, really pronounced. Even using this as, like I like to use it, as a little bit of a boosted drive, just a little bit of drive there, it just sounds gorgeous. Like, so here is my amp tone. Check it out. Just hear how it just takes all the notes and just makes them bigger and better. So now that you heard the TAMURA-MOD TS808 through a clean amp, let's do the classic combination of a tube screamer into a Marshall that's already driven. And this is where the TAMURA-MOD really shines. It just opens up the Marshall. It just sounds amazing. You'll hear what I mean in a minute. And then we'll compare it to the regular tube screamer, which does a great job in itself, but it just can't compete with that, in my opinion. But anyway, here's my sound driving out of the Marshall. And then here is the TAMURA-MOD tube screamer. Same thing. Of course, this demo wouldn't be complete if I didn't crank the amp even more and then hit the tube screamers on to see how they feed back, get that musical, loud feedback. So let's do this. Let's go. All right, here we go, tube screamer. I don't know, it's trying to get there. This gets there quicker. To my ears, the Ibanez TAMURA-MOD TS808 possesses the most authentic vintage tube screamer tone with jaw-dropping transparency, fullness, and warmth. But don't believe me? You can just check out those stellar customer reviews on this new modded tube screamer online at godlyke.com. Don't get me wrong, this pedal is certainly pricey, but if you literally want the ultimate and best version of the venerable TS808 tube screamer, modded by the man who created it, look no further than the TAMURA-MOD TS808 tube screamer. Definitely check it out.